When you come to the trading table, do not have a bias. Trade only what you see on the chart, not what you want to see. Today, I was down about 600 bucks. I started out terrible for exactly having that sort of bias on what the stock should do and not trading what's right in front of me. And for that, I paid the price. I was down 600 bucks. Thank God, I managed to snap out of it and dug myself out of that hole. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Matt, back at it again with another $1,000 day. I am up $1,000. In today's trading session, there's a lot of lessons to be learned for me, and I hope there's a takeaway for you guys as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And there's a link down below for a free chat that I have on Discord. Make sure you pop in and say hello. Now, enjoy the actual trading recap. All right, traders, let's talk about some of the trades that I took today. As you guys can see, I'm back at it again with a nice green of $1,015. So it's the consistency is there, which means I'm doing something right? If you're making consistently $1,000, $1,000, and your losses also within a certain price range, it means what you're doing is consistent and repeatable, right? I could size up, I could double my size. If I double my size, then I should be able to see this $1,000 into $2,000, right? Currently, I'm only trading 300 shares. So I'm not going bigger share size, 1,000, 2,000 shares or anything like that. And the reason for that is, right now at the moment, I'm developing the strategies and I'm refining them, I'm getting them better, right? So I'm not too worried about, I'm up this much, I'm down this much. I'm more focused on looking at a trade and executing the trade. So looking at a chart and focus on, okay, if I enter here and I'll be able to take profit here, this is my risk. So I'm working on that, which means you shouldn't really, focus on how much you're up or down. You should focus on, okay, are you making profit and is it consistent? If something is consistent, then it means it's scalable, right? If you're making consistent profit with 300 shares, then you can double your share size to 600, which is easy to do, and you can make double the profit. So the P&L doesn't really matter. What really matters is the actual trading strategy that you're executing. Anyway, so BLNK was one of them. BLNK I traded here. Now this one here was actually a really good trade. It went parabolic. I showed it there, but I quickly got out there. Made about $63 on that one. The next one that I traded, you guys will be able to see this in the actual live trading footage. I really screwed up on CIIC. This one here, I got really chopped, especially here at the open. So what happened was this one was very unique, right? If you guys can see, this was the pre-market high, right? The pre-market high, and what I was doing was I was shorting. So I had the first short, I got out, I shorted again into that VWAP right there, thinking this is gonna drop and go lower. But that is just because I was being too biased. I was biased on the trade. I was thinking this is gonna go down. You should never approach a trade with any sort of bias. What you should do, purely look at the chart and just only see what's in front of you. Do not see what you want to see. So I wanted to see this to go down, right? I'm thinking it's going to go down. But the problem with that is everything that I see on the chart was telling me it's not going to go down. It's above pre-market high. VWAP is right at the pre-market high. It was bouncing at the VWAP and going higher. If you look at this objectively, everything that is telling you that what the chart is saying is, it's going to bounce from here and it's going to go higher because it has not broken that pre-market high support. Right, so pre-market support, pre-market high is usually a resistance level, right? Comes up to a resistance level pre-market high, it breaks a resistance level pre-market high. Once it breaks that resistance, now that pre-market high resistance becomes a support level, and that's exactly what happened. Came and add that with the VWAP right here, the yellow line VWAP, it kept bouncing, and I was shorting right into the support level, right into it. Like I was shorting right at the VWAP because I was too biased in my analysis, thinking this is going to go down, and it did. It did go down. But the problem is, the chart at the time it was telling me no, this is going to hold here and was going to bounce. But the one thing that I did good was I managed to cut it right there. I knew not to let it go higher. It went to $18, and I was shorting at 16.60, right? So I cut it right here at around 17 area, but I got chopped from 16.50 to 17. So I lost a couple of times You see this $100 right here? I lost about 200 bucks or $250 in this particular trade. And then I said, okay, I need to stop this. That was after I did this. Look at this as well. So it came and it dropped, broke a VWAP. I shorted this and then it popped on me and I got out. And thank God I got out because it ended up going higher, right? I would have lost more. So with this kind of trades, the way you want to approach it is, you know, don't have any bias into the trades. Just only look at what you see on the chart. And the trade on this thing, every pop was a short. Right? It pops, you short it, you make money. It pops, you short it, you make money. Right? Or the dip, you buy this, you make money. Or the dip, you buy this, you make money. But because I was biased it's going to go down, I was shorting, thinking it's going to go down when I see it going down. So this is another reason why you shouldn't chase the short. Right here, I chased the short. Right here, I was chasing the short and I got burned. But what I did was I fixed that. I was like, okay, now I need to stop. I need to wait for a pop if I want to short it. So pop, shorted right there, and I covered right at the support, which is exactly what happened. But I totally missed this one here. So I think I made a little bit of money on it, but overall it was a terrible trade because I had bias coming into the trade. The next one that I traded was GIK. This one here was actually an okay trade. So what happened was it went parabolic. Waited for the backside, stayed patient. I didn't get into the front side. Shorted right there and covered right there, got out right there. So, you know, I made about 200 bucks out of that one. And the next one that I traded was FTSI. This one was beautiful after our trade. Actually, as I said, I went to bed halfway through the trade and I came back to this. So I had a short there into the pop. I saw that weakness. You see that candle right there is a weakness candle. Shorted there. But when I saw this support level was holding and I saw buyers coming up on the level 2, I got out half. More than half. I think I got out 75%. And then I let it rip, went into hold. Out of the hold, I waited for that rejection and I added. And I took my profit and it went all the way up here. But by then I had already hit my daily goal and I didn't want to go in. But this would have made a fantastic, beautiful short from, and I was actually really tempted to short it here at $12. I was looking at it. I was reading the level 2. I was like, this looks weak. If I was to short, I would have gone in here. But as a trader, you set a daily goal. My daily goal is $1,000. I take my $1,000 and I walk away. The other one that I traded poorly out of the gate was KZIA. This one, what happened was, again, I had bias coming into this trade. And the bias was, if you guys noticed, this trade, KZIA, it was a massive trade yesterday, went higher, rejected after market. If you look at the daily chart, you see a massive move, and then today, a broken chart. So it's a second day low-hanging fruit kind of trade. So I'm using yesterday's volume as a resistance level. So what happened was, again, another bias here and chasing into, this is why you don't chase shorts. You want for a pop to short into, you don't want to short as stuff is going down. So when it broke this level right here, I shorted there, and guess what? I got out there. I did completely the opposite. I shorted right at the bottom because I had a bias coming into this trade. I had a bias, you know, into thinking, okay, this is going to go down, right? It did go down, but even though the trade does exactly what you think it would, it still could be a shit one if you don't trade it properly. Anyway, I lost money on that one. I think I lost about 300 bucks, but I got back in again. I waited. I stayed patient. I knew after that I needed to stay patient, and I took profit and I made back some of the losses. So lost about 30 bucks or 40 bucks from it. The next one that I did well was NDPS. Now this one here was exactly the same thing. If you guys have seen yesterday's recap video, I was at $1,000 as well. I talked about this clearly, right? I talked about this clearly, and that is you look for a chase, chart pumps, right? Chart rooms like Ross and other rooms push this thing higher. It goes into as high as it goes, and what happens was that it stops to go up. When it stops to go up, all of them people are gonna turn around into sellers. So I shorted. The one great thing that I did with this, I told myself I'm gonna stay patient and I'm gonna hold it. So I stay patient, and this is exactly where I covered right here at the bottom. So I made about $564 out of that particular trade. The next one that I traded was NIO. NIO, same thing here, same scenario. Shorted the highs right there, waited, covered here. I wanted that the VWAP, but I didn't hold until then. I got out there, which is fine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave some comments down below, it would help me. And also there's a link down below for a free chat room on Discord. Thank you. Now enjoy the actual live trading recap. Alright traders, welcome to the live trading part of my videos. As you guys can see, I'm in a position of MDGS. 600 shares at the moment, and what I was looking for here was exactly the same thing what I did yesterday. It's rinse and repeat, a chart room pump into a resistance level, and they buy, and when the stock stops going up, they start dumping, and I'll look for that and I short it. So if you guys have seen yesterday's trading recap, that's exactly what I did, and I added 100 shares here. Now I'm holding 700 shares with an average of $3.34. So it's exactly the same thing every day, rinse and repeat. Once you figure it out, once you have a set strategy, basically it's rinse and repeat. Anyway, fast forward a little bit here. As you guys can see, I'm up 300 bucks on it. It just dropped. My average is at 34. It dropped below 3. It's right now at 290. So now I'm looking at this thing, another trade, and CIIC. I'm thinking about having a starter position here. I got in 300 shares at around $17 area. So this was a massive mover. As you guys can see, 17. But I'm cautious at the moment on this because I'm thinking this is a pre-market high. If it looks like it's holding here, I want to get out. But generally, I'm thinking this is gonna just poke over the pre-market high and wash out. That's what my thesis on this one is, which was wrong because I wasn't trading what's right in front of me, right? I wasn't trading what I'm seeing the chart doing. I'm not trading what the level to action is telling me. I have just an assumption this should go down, and I'm trading on that assumption, and that's a bad way to trade. So as you guys can see, this VWAP, I took a little bit of profit for the VWAP, which is a correct thing to do. I'm only holding 200 shares, and I'm thinking if it pops, I'm going to take it out, right? But I'm still thinking in my head, okay, this should wash out. Like there's no reason for this, to do anything at $17. But that's incorrect because we know what APVO did, right? It went to $80. So anyway, I got out of it for about $40 profit. $40 is not bad as long as I leave it there. But I didn't do that. I got back in again. This time, I got back in right where I exited, which is a terrible thing, right? Now my average is at $16.70. I got out again for a $69 loss. So even though right now clearly it's bouncing from the VWAP, it's above pre-market high, I'm shorting it, and I'm trying to get back in again here, right? Which is a terrible thing. So you should never have a bias into coming into a trade. Only see what's in front of you. Do not dilute yourself into what it should do, right? So again, I'm taking it. My average this time is $16.70, and it's back at $17, and I took it out again. I lost 100 bucks. Just like that, I lost $170 on this trade. Now fast forward here. The good thing is, as you guys can see, I cut it at 17. It ended up going higher. What I should have done was, when it bounced in pre-market, I should have bought it, right? Now I got into another trade, KZDIA. That one was a low-hanging fruit. It was a massive trade yesterday. If you guys have seen yesterday's recap video, today it's open. It's open with a gap down. It had major volume yesterday, so I'm using that as a resistance level to short it. But my average on that one is 600 shares at 1270 area. But that one is bouncing up on me as well. So I didn't wait for a bounce to short into. I chased the short. All right, I'm holding that one. As you guys can see, I'm down $132. I was up 300 bucks on the day. Now I'm down $132. So I took a little bit of loss right there on KZDIA, and I got back in here as well. Like, look at this again. See this one right here, CIIC. It broke that VWAP. I jumped in. I chased into the short. Now it's bouncing on my face, right? And this is a mistake because I have too much bias on what the stock should do, and I got out, and I took another $82 loss. So that was very unnecessarily, right? So I'm still holding KZDIA. It's bouncing on me. It's over 13. My average is at 7,600 shares. My average is at 1270. It's above $13 right now. So you know, it's I ate another loss. I'm down 300 bucks on the day. I'm completely out. I am down 526 bucks on the day, right? But I'm still holding. I lost $300 on KZDI on that trade, KZDIA. But I'm still holding MDGS from the pre-market high. That's the only good thing that I'm doing today. And the reason for those two trades were I was assuming they should go down rather than, you know, reacting to, you know, what I should do. Right now, I'm getting ready to cover here. As you guys can see, pre-market short, and I'm staying patient on it. So this is giving me a nice profit. I took a little bit, 200 shares, and I'm holding the 500 shares for a lower. So I'm thinking, you know, 230, I would take it because my average is at 330, and 230 is not far from where it is right now. So I can take, you know, $1 per share profit on that. So fast forward here, I got back in again KZDIA. My average this time is 1250. Remember last time it was at 1270. So right now it's at 1250, 600 shares short as well. And I chased this short as well, but it's bouncing on me. Now I'm starting to realize, okay, I need to stop being patient. I need to stop making bad decisions, right? And I shorted NIO as well here. So all in all, I'm down 300 bucks. I dropped it a little bit when I took a little bit of profit from MDGS. Now this is popping. I want to short it here. That's how you should do it. You look at the chart, understand what it's doing. It's popping and dropping. So you don't want to be shorting the drop, assuming it's going to go lower. You should be shorting what the chart is telling you, which in this case is it pops. Every time it pops, it drops, so I shorted here. But I'm cautious still because it burned me 2-3 times, and I'm only winning 100 shares, which is very small. But it's reaffirming what the chart is doing right now. You see, usually where I would short here, because I had a bias, it should go down. Right now what I'm doing is I'm understanding, okay, I need to stomp out of this. I need to trade what's in front of me, right? Not have some fantasy thoughts of what the stock should do and try to execute that. Then you get burned. So I'm taking profit here a little bit, out 50 shares. I'm holding half of it right here. This is a way to trade because now what I'm doing right now is I understood what the chart is doing and I'm executing a trade based on what's in front of me, right? Now I'm trying to take the rest. I am all out in that for a $53 profit, which is small, but I mean I made 50 cents per share out of it, which is okay. If you win 1,000 shares, that's $500 profit. You know, so it's not bad. And as you guys can see right here, you know, I totally missed that trade. It dropped to the same level. As you guys can see, missed. All right here, I just got out of MDGS trade for about almost $550 profit. I had an order in there to cover it at, you know, 255, and it covered me. I'm all out. Now I'm only holding KZDIA. I'm staying patient on it, and I'm up $300 on that KZDIA trade. I took some profit there. I'm only holding 300 shares now, which is fine, which is okay. I'm completely out of it for almost a $300 profit. So I made back what I lost on KZDI. I lost 312, and I made back 270. So which is okay. So I dug myself out of that trade because I managed to snap out of it and think, okay, I need to trade what's in front of me, not what I think the stock should do. Now this one is another trade that went parabolic into an upside hold, and now it's looking weakness from that. As you guys can see, from 12 it just came down. So I had to start a share size, and I'm taking profit as it's giving it to me, and I am up 700 bucks on a day, which is pretty okay. I'm getting into you know my daily goal, which is about $1,000 a day. So I'm up about $734 on a day, which is really good for me. Now I'm looking at this trade. This is near the market close hours. It opened. I shorted right here. Focus on the level 2. I want it's looking weak. It's not going parabolic. $9 holding. $9 holding. Drop. $9 below. Now I want to take a little bit here because it's holding up. Took a little bit there. It's bouncing. That's exactly why you take a little bit there. So as you guys can see, I'm almost 800 bucks. But now it's going higher. But I'm fine for this to go higher because I'm only holding half of the shares. I already locked in some profit. And it went into the upside hold and open again. I added. Now it looks like it's dropping. I'm taking profit as giving it to me. I am, $900, almost $1,000 profit. This is going into a downside hole. So one of the things you gotta pay attention is the level 2, right? When it's dropping, if it stops dropping, it looks like it's gonna bounce, then you gotta take the profit and walk away, or take half and let the rest run, right? So that's what I did. I locked in some profit into that washout. I managed to hold into that push and then actually add. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As you guys can see, hit my daily goal, another $1,000 a day, which is pretty good. As a trader, that's my goal. Anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate it again. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And there is a link down below for a free chat that I have on Discord. Make sure you pop in and say hello, and we talk a lot about trading. Thank you so much.